Hello, my dear students. How are you? I hope you all are fine. There is no need of introduction between us because you already know me. I am Vinitha, your SS teacher. Actually, your SS chapters are the expanded version of previous year. So, it is very easy to learn. Before starting my class, all of you listen it properly. Okay? Be ready. Shall we start? Our first chapter is Medieval India, a Centers of Power. I am going to tell a situation for you and you have identified that situation. Okay? Are you listening here? Don't go anywhere. Sit in your place until it finishes. Okay? Here is the situation. From 3000 BC to 500 AD, people lived in caves. They hunted animals and they ate raw meats of the animals. And they used stone tools and stone weapons. They wear animal skins and the leaves of the plants. Their life is entirely different from ours. Now tell me, what do you identify from this situation? Tell me, what is the situation is here? You take your own time and think about it. What is the situation here? Yes, your answer is correct. Tell me, what is the situation? Yes, it is the life of the ancient people. In the previous standard, we already studied about the ancient people life. The ancient people lived in caves, they hunted animals, they ate raw meats of the animals. There was no technological improvement in that period. Okay? But gradually, there was a rapid change happened in the life of the ancient people. It made a real transition from a new period. Tell me, what is this period? A real transition from ancient to a new period. That period is? Yes, medieval period. That period is medieval period. When did medieval period started in India? When did medieval period started? Can anyone tell? When did medieval period started? No? No problem. I will tell you. CE 8th century, CE 8th century is the starting of medieval period in India. CE 8th century. The period between 8th century to 18th century is generally known as medieval period in India. 8th century to 18th century is generally known as medieval period. The 8th century to 18th century is medieval period in India. There are so many changes happen in medieval period, especially in social field, economical field, cultural field, a technological field also. So there are so many changes happen it. Okay. Now I am asking a question for you. All of you said the answer. It is a very simple question. Which is the capital of India? Which is the capital city? All of you know the answer. Tell me. Yes, it is Delhi. It is Delhi. Now we discuss about Delhi as a power. Okay. There are so many topographical features are in Delhi. There are so many topographical features. I just write on the board what are the topographical features of Delhi. There are three important topographical features of Delhi. The first feature is Indo-Gangetic Plain. I just write on the board Indo-Gangetic Plain. The second one, Aravalli Mountains. Then third one, Yamuna River. There are three important topographical features of Delhi: Indo-Gangetic Plain, Aravalli Mountains, then third point is Yamuna River. Okay. The first point, Indo-Gangetic Plain. Indo-Gangetic Plain means Indus-Ganga Plain. Indus-Ganga Plain. There are two important rivers, Indus-Ganga Plain. Indus-Ganga Plain is one of the important rivers in India and it flows from Himalaya. The Indo-Gangetic Plain, more favorable for agricultural progress in Delhi. Indo-Gangetic Plain, more favorable for agricultural progress in Delhi. The first point is Indo-Gangetic Plain, that more favorable for agricultural progress in Delhi. The next point, Aravalli Mountains. Next point is Aravalli Mountains. The Aravalli mountain ranges helped Delhi to resist the invasions of enemies, to resist the attack of the enemies. It protects the Delhi from the invasions of other countries. Okay. The third point, that is Yamuna River. The third point, that is Yamuna River. It helps Delhi for water transportation and water supply. It helps Delhi for water transportation and water supply. These are the important topographical features of Delhi. The first point is Indo-Gangetic Plain. The next point is Aravalli mountain ranges. Then third point is Yamuna River. All of you take a notebook and write down the 3 points. I just write a question. First one. What are the topographical features of Delhi? All of you write the question. What are the topographical features of Delhi? 3 important features: Indo-Gangetic Plain, Aravalli Mountains, Yamuna River. Okay. Next we discuss about Delhi as a seat of power. Delhi has a seat of power. The first seat of power in Delhi, the first ruling power, seat of power means ruling power in Delhi is Tomar Kings. Tomar Kings. They were also known as Rajputs. Rajputs. He ruled in Delhi in 8th century. CE 8th century. The Tomar Kings were the first rulers in Delhi. They were also Rajputs, also known as Rajputs. He ruled in Delhi in 6th century CE. CE 6th century. In that time, Delhi is known as Dilliga. In that time, Delhi is known as Dilliga. Note the point. First ruler is Tomar Kings. They were also known as Rajputs. He ruled in Delhi in 8th century CE. In that time, Delhi is known as Diliga. After the ruling, after the Tomar kings, the Chauhan dynasty ruled Delhi. Then Delhi ruled Chauhan dynasty. Chauhan. After the Tomar dynasty, another dynasty, that name is Chauhan dynasty, ruled in Delhi. One of the important Chauhan ruler, that name is Prithviraj Chauhan. He is one of the important powerful ruler of Chauhan dynasty, and also he is the last ruler of Chauhan dynasty. He is the last ruler of Chauhan dynasty. After the ruling, the Muhammad of Ghor defeated Chauhan, Prithviraj Chauhan, and he ruled in Delhi. He ruled in Delhi. The next class we will more discuss about the Delhi's ruling powers. Okay. Let me wind up my class. Thank you.